Hello beautiful bookish people, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then just welcome. My name is Amy. This is PS I Love Books, and today I want to talk to you about the books that I read in February. Here they all are. I read 6 books in the month of February, which I'm really pleased about. I set myself the goal this year to read 3 books a month, and in January and February I read 6 books. So I'm really pleased about that. Definitely on track, ahead of myself, which is always nice. February wasn't as great a reading month as January was. However, I did find a new favourite and some other good 4-star reads, so still a really good month to be fair. So the first ones I want to talk to you about are these two. They're not massive books. They are Blood on Snow and Midnight Sun by Jo Nesbo. This is the first one. This is the second. In some countries it's called Blood on Snow 2. So they're by Jo Nesbo. They aren't part of the Harry Hole series, so they are almost standalones. However, they do follow on from one another. So Blood on Snow is the first one. We follow a gentleman called John, and he is a fixer. Basically, he's employed by criminals to collect debts for them and to get rid of people if they don't pay their debts. So, like an assassin, like a hitman, but that kind of thing. But he's such a lovable character. Really enjoyed this one. He gets in a bit of trouble, and then there's a really great twist at the end that I didn't see coming, so that was really fun. And then because he doesn't do what he said he was going to do, etc., he goes on the run, and then we meet him back in this one. Second book. This is more of a love story. The characters are great. They really made me laugh. They're really sweet, and you find out a lot about the culture that he's gone into, and just about how he deals with what he does. And we also find out a lot more about his backstory and why he does what he does. So I really enjoyed them. I gave them both 4 stars. This one was a little bit slower than the first one, but then at the end it really made me happy, so I still gave it a 4-star, the same as the first one. As I say, they're not huge books. They're sort of 220 pages each, so they're read really quick. I read the first one at the beginning of the month, and this was my last book of February. So yeah, really good. Definitely going to give Jo Nesbo's Harry Hole series a go. I have got the Snowman. I know that's not the first in the series, but I've been told that I can read them sort of out of sync, so definitely going to give it a go. Really like his writing. Next up, let's talk about this one, because I was so disappointed with this one. I only gave it, I might have given it a 3-star, possibly even a 2-star. The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. Now I had this for, I think it was Christmas, for mum and dad, and I was so excited. It was mainly a cover one, if you like, because I didn't actually buy it myself. I was really excited, and it was just, yeah. It says in the back, in a remote hunting lodge deep in the Scottish wilderness, old friends gather for New Year. It's set in 2 timelines. One is from some of the friends. You don't hear from all of the group, but some of the friends, and they're telling you the story of how they got there to the lodge, and what was happening in the lead up to there's a murder. Basically, it's a thriller. Sorry if you didn't know that. It's a thriller. There's a murder, a body is found, and so the friends are telling the story in the past, in the build up to when the body was found. And then the other timeline is from the 2 people who work at the lodge, who are telling the story now the body's been found and what's happening going forward. So I did like that. What I didn't like is you don't know who's been killed. I really hope that's not like a spoiler for anyone, but you'll read it and you'll know. The characters were just annoying, and I don't mind a character that's annoying, you know, but like really annoying. Like there was one part, they're in their 30s and they've been friends since university and whatever, and every new year they get together and celebrate the new year together. And one of them, they're playing truth or dare, and one of them dares another one, two women, to go out and get in like the lake, and they're in Scotland at New Year. It's freezing, it's dangerous, it's the middle of the night, and she does it. Why would you do that? And she's telling the story, and she's like, I didn't want to do it, but she said I did, so she said I had to, so I did. And I'm like, you're 30 odd, just tell her to do one. You know, I just, oh my goodness, I don't know. So I was disappointed with this. I really was. The story with now the body's been found and the people who work at the lodge, that was a little bit stronger. I liked their characters a little bit more, but they had sort of a side story that just didn't add anything for me. I'm disappointed, very sad. I know Lucy Foley's got a new book out. I think it's out now, or it's coming out very soon, called The Guest List, which I was going to get, but I don't think I'm going to bother now. Just not, wasn't a lover of this one, I'm afraid. Next up, I read One of Us Is Next, beautiful blue sprayed edges, by Karen M. McManus. This is the second one to One of Us Is Lying, which I read last year, which is sort of like the same cover but like with red and red sprayed edges. Set in a high school in America, based on the same characters that were in the first one. I loved this one even more than the first one. I thought it was really great. I loved all the characters, all their relationships, how the story unfolded, the whodunit, how they found out who'd done it. I just thought it was really great. YA thriller, thoroughly enjoyed it. 4-star. I think it would have been a 5-star had it have been like an adult fiction, an adult thriller, because it would have been a little bit more sort of in-depth and gory, but really loved it. If you're looking for sort of like a fun, it is a fun read, it is really good, but also with twists and turns that are easy to follow but that you don't necessarily see coming, then I would recommend these ones. Really good. I really like Karen McManus's writing. I think she's really great, so this was a good one. Then guys, I'm going to talk about Postscript by Cecelia Ahern. As I've said before many times on this channel, my favourite book of all time ever is P.S. I Love You by Cecelia Ahern, and Postscript is the sequel to that book. It was released late last year. I bought it as soon as it came out. I'd been too scared to read it because I was so nervous that it wasn't going to live up to P.S. I Love You, and it didn't. It's not as good. It's good, like it's fine, but it's just not got the feeling and the emotion. This book, we're back with Holly, and it's 7 years since her husband Jerry passed away, and she's with somebody new. She's working in her sister's shop, and then one day somebody comes in, and basically it turns out that they have a club called the P.S. I Love You Club, where people who have terminal illnesses get together and write letters for their loved ones for when they're gone. So it's the idea from the first book into sort of a club, and it's a lovely idea. So it's very triggering for grief and death and illness throughout this book, and it was a hard read at times. What I found really difficult, I think it's just because I'm so protective of Holly from the first book and I love her so much, is how much these people put on her. It sounds really awful, but like I wanted to keep that. I wanted to have that P.S. I Love You just for her. But I do understand that other people saw it and heard about it and thought it was wonderful and they wanted to do the same. But I think at the same time, we didn't really see what they did. And that was like what I enjoyed so much about the first book, is like the letters and the clues and the things, you know, the tasks that she was set by her husband who'd passed and things like that. And we didn't really get to see that so much. It was more about Holly. and her just coming to terms all over again with the fact that her husband had passed away at such a young age from such horrible illness, and then meeting people like that, who were going to have the same fate. And it was just it was heartbreaking, to be honest, and it didn't sort of lift me in any way. It just left me really sad. I gave it a 4-star because I love Cecelia Ahern's writing. The characters were good. I wasn't a huge fan of Holly's family in this one. Didn't think they really brought anything to the story. I really liked her new partner. I'm sorry. Oh no, do I sound really awful saying this? I just didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to, or that I hoped I was going to. But still, really glad I read it. Gave it a 4-star. That was that one. And lastly is my favourite book of the month. I bloody love this one. It's Asked Up by Laura Jane Williams. This follows Nadia and Daniel. They both catch, look how smiley I am now I'm talking about this one. Oh, I love this book so much. It was perfect to read in February as well, the month of love. They both catch the same train to work, and in the newspaper, which I'm guessing is like the free newspaper, not the metro when you get on public transport, there's a missed connections section, and Daniel decides to write in there to Nadia. She doesn't know it's about her at first. And then it's such a good story, the way it happens, and that like they both go to certain things but they miss each other, and then they almost get put together on like a blind date, and then something happens so they don't, and then how they get together in the end. It's a love story. And what happens and what they do going forward. It's just so romantic, it's so funny, it's so heartwarming. It's a real like fairy tale for like the modern day, and I just thought it was brilliant. And the part at the end when Daniel is like finally like gonna tell her that it's, you know, it's here and that he loves her, that I could just see it in my head being played out, and it would make a fantastic film. And I loved it. I thought it was really great. My mum also got me this one for Christmas on my birthday, and I'm so pleased. It was wonderful, and I loved the writing. We'll definitely be looking out for more Laura Jane Williams books in the future. Would highly recommend it if you just need a heartwarming modern day fairy tale. That's the best way to describe it. It was just lovely, and I gave it 5 stars. So that's the 6 books that I read in February. How was your February reading month? What did you read? What did you love? What did you not like so much? I said it wasn't as great as January, but it was still pretty good. New favourite in our star. Definitely going to be giving it out to the ladies at work, because I think they'll really enjoy it as well. And now we're in March. All of a sudden February went by in the blink of an eye after January lasted for what felt like forever and a day. On to my next book. I'm currently reading Friend Request by Laura Marshall. I've got it here, hang on. Yeah, Laura Marshall. So I've started this one now. I will let you all know how I get on. I hope you're all well, and hopefully I will see you all again really soon. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.